What the fuck happened last week? I'll tell you something. I was crushing it. Ladies and gentlemen, they took 3 trips away from me. 3 trips, Smith. What happened?
Yeah, I lost 4 trips myself. It was a hell of a few weeks there.
If you are anything like us, you have been crushing it. From January to February, 2021 was just boom, up and to the left. And then all of a sudden, March 1st hit. And the OTC stocks, pretty much everything, just the bottom fell out. And I mean, it just sucks when you're going through it, you're feeling good, and red day, okay, red day, okay, red day, okay, red day, okay, and they're really, really like burning you. They're not just little red days. We're losing trips over here. If you know what we're up to, we like to do a trip every time we hit 10 G's. And my boy David Smith here has a reason that. Well, we don't know what we're talking about. We have ideas that we think what happened, but you're saying everything was just too easy, too quick.
Yeah, I just feel like I had said at some point, I remember saying to you, like, maybe like it feels like we're making too much money too easily, and that something is amiss here. Like this can't be that easy.
It was like waking up to a printing machine where we were just turning on ATMs at 9:30, and it was just like watching rockets. Like this has to stop at some point.
It was just like get up in the morning and wait for them to open the casino so we can just hit the jackpot every day.
So what happened? I mean, do you think I was feeling like money was moving out of the OTCs? Other people are saying, and when I say that, it was like, people were really just hammering the growth stocks and the penny stocks and things that had chances to run. And then I think a lot of people started feeling the way that David was feeling, like this has to have a bottom here soon. And then all of a sudden, you saw all of this money run out, but man, it was almost market wide. It felt like to me what a lot of other people were saying was like market makers just saying, "Hey, you guys been having fun? Have you been enjoying this?
Yeah,
this is for you."
No, I mean, the whole world of market makers is kind of fascinating. It's like I agree there's something there to it. All the stocks were losing. I mean, all of the penny stocks that had been gaining tons just seem to be tanking all of a sudden.
I just want to remind everybody of a quick clip that we'll play for you right now from Jim Cramer off the record. He was not on the air. He was just doing some other guy's show like years ago, speaking to exactly how he would crush the market, and it would only take a couple million. And if you have a hedge fund and you're not doing this, you really don't belong in the game.
A lot of times when I was short at my hedge fund and I was positioned short, meaning I needed it down, I would create a level of activity beforehand that could drive the futures. It doesn't take much money. Similarly, if I were long and I would want to make things a little bit rosy, I would go in and take a bunch of stocks and make sure that they're higher, and maybe commit $5 million in capital to do it, and I could affect it. What you're seeing now is it probably is bigger market now. Maybe you need $10 million in capital to knock the stuff down, but it's a fun game and it's a lucrative game, and you can move it up and then fade it. That's often creates a very negative feel. So let's say you take a longer term view intraday. And you say, listen, I'm going to boost the futures, and then when the real sellers come in, real market comes in, they're going to knock it down. That's going to create a negative view. That's a strategy very worth doing when you're valued on a day-to-day basis. And I would encourage anyone who's in the hedge fund game to do it because it's legal, right? And it is a very quick way to make money and very satisfying.
Yeah, that's so fucked up. Like, what? Fuck you, Jim Cramer.
I mean, it's him saying that to you, admitting to you that this is something that's done, and that's years ago. So I'm sure it hasn't changed, guys. This is how the game's played. The problem is, and what my dad asked me was, did you hold? Did you hold? And I got to admit, I sold off some stuff when things started looking pretty bleak because I had a number that I cannot go below. And I know that's not the best way of trading, but the last couple of weeks, I need a certain amount. And it's basically my stop loss, but it's like I don't have it in there because I don't want it to get triggered on one stupid little spike. But I know my minimum, and I'm like, it's getting close to that. It's getting close to that. You know what? All right, I'm going to just hang out and cool off. I'm still in profit mode. I took out when I had 10 G's left in profit instead of 40. And I know you're not supposed to do that. You don't sell on red days, David.
Yeah, I mean, but if you have your minimum you need, then it's, you can't play with money that's for other things that you need in your life. So this is That's why you got to be good about it, you know. It sucks to have to do that.
It sucks. And so I hope, like everybody out there, that you were able to hold on. But what I was able to do was, all I wanted to do was just, what I did really was park it in NWBO, because we feel good about that, even though it's super risky. It could just come out as the phase 3 trial results are bad and then it goes to 0. But we just it's just not happening. I'm sorry. I'm not telling you that, but I'm telling you that. So I put it in that because it trades from $1.30 to $1.60, until TLD, the news comes out. So we just hang out in that, and I just took everything and said, all right, screw it, just hang out in there while the market just flips out. But if you look at every chart, it's
yeah.
And so now we're back in. The markets seem to be coming back. I bought back into some of the things before they started spiking up again, and was able to kind of ride that back up. And I do have another trip that I just hit today, so I'm back to a trip. I went to the Outer Banks over the weekend, and it feels good. Damn it, it feels good to be back.
Good to be back. Yeah, I agree.
But look, man, what are you into? Because somebody asked us about mine. I want to leave the people here with what we expect for next week as all of this stimulus money comes back into the market. Somebody asked us why we don't like the social media stuff on mine. Do you want to speak to that CEO behavior on Twitter?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, in general, I think it's great when CEOs are active on Twitter, if they're doing it the right way and they're professional and informative. Whoever's running the Mind Twitter handle, I don't know if it's a CEO or somebody else, they just post ridiculous, like childish meme stuff. It doesn't seem like somebody who wants to run a multi-million or billion-dollar organization is in charge.
It feels to me, and I feel like we were equal to point this out to each other, like, because we usually call each other in the morning or something, just be like, hey, what do you see it in today? And I think at the same day we were just like, yo, I don't know about mine. And it was all because their social media that morning looked like it was being run by somebody it feels like they're targeting the Wall Street Bets crowd. And that's fine. I understand that. But like, there needs to be a mix of that. Show me that you have intelligence and the ability to run a company, and not just dropping Sean Kingston as your ambassador because you basically paid him to be. And he's clearly just reading a statement in the back of a car.
Or posting memes of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is a show I love, but I don't need it from the CEO of a company I'm trying to invest in.
I think what you don't like about it is the same thing I don't like about it. It's not necessarily the memes. It's not just Sean Kingston reading because he was paid. It's the fact that it's paired with a caption that's clickbait. They're not telling you anything. They're teasing you. Mine is notorious for a red pill and a blue pill, and then saying, guess what we got? Now, what does that do for me as a shareholder? I'm not here to be titillized, okay? I got plenty of other things in my life that can tease me. I don't need that out of the things that I'm invested with my own hard-earned money. So we just don't like companies that treat their shareholders juvenile in the way that they communicate.
Yeah, I agree. And anytime you say big news is coming, it's never as big as what people expect when you say that. Just announce, if you have an announcement, what the announcement is, and be done. Just do a PR and be done.
As a lifelong radio host, I can tell you right now, the number one rule of content creation: undersell, over-deliver.
Exactly.
Just always. And it works in my whole life. Once I realized that, I was like, man, quit promising things. Just do things. And then people will be like, wow, right? Do great things, and people will notice. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so moving on, I want to just let people out of here. We've got just a few thoughts on what we're expecting this week. Stimulus money is coming back in. OTC markets seem to be coming back. Growth stocks seem to be coming back. So what do you like, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, I think stimulus checks are going to be flooded into penny stocks again. I expect gains in some of the same stocks we've had gains in. I like SandP. I like CatV again. The company I really like is Worksport, WKSP. Not necessarily for this week specifically, but for 2021 overall. Just think tons of gains are coming from them.
Just a couple of ideas for you folks. It's going to be a fun one. I personally believe fully in CatV. It's a company that's still named after a cable TV company. They don't even have the change of name yet now that they're a marijuana company. and they're acquiring other companies as we speak. They're about to drop a couple mergers. They've even said that they're going to do that with some news coming up soon. Sanpea has been updating. They're about to update their pink status, which is, something that Cat V just did. It would have been awesome, but it got crushed by that market dropout. So that's still got all of the pink status room to run. I really do believe in those two stocks. And of course, NWBO, we always have a little bit in case that good TLD comes in, baby. Let's go.
Sure. Any day now.
Any
that
day.
journal article.
Attendees for all. All right, folks, have a great week. We will see you soon. Possibly one more video coming up. Do you have time for one more, just 5 minutes of the idea on the mentality behind shorting as a group?
Sure, yeah, let's do it.
I'm furious, and I want to talk to that with the people. So we'll do that. Enjoy. Go get a cup of coffee or something. We'll do another video here in just a few minutes.